This is the Bulldog Sports TV pregame show, sponsored by Green Hills Insurance of Bethany. If you need it insured, they've got you covered. Now let's head out to the ball game.
All right, so CF Rainey with Andrew Sweat, and he is with me. I know that initial camera shot was just me, but based on where we're at tonight, we won't be able to get the camera on both of us, so we've got the camera on the field right now. But, Andrew, we just heard the national anthem from the Scotland County Band.
Yeah.
And now both teams, well, South Harrison out on the field on the sideline, and we get ready for Scotland County to come through the end zone. We made the long trip over, 2 hours, so we figured we may have a number of fans watching tonight from back in Bethany that couldn't make the trip. 3-0 Scotland County, 2-1 South Harrison. We talked about it a little bit Wednesday night. What are you thinking, especially we don't know much about Scotland County, but from the South Harrison side, what they'd like to see early?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're South Harrison, you really want to get off to a good start. You know, the past couple weeks, you really haven't seen much spark getting started. Luckily, last week we were able to, climb back into the game and eventually went 42-7. But going up against an undefeated team like Scotland County, you want to get a good start, especially in a, hostile environment. We're in the midst of the crowd right now, but South Harrison, you're looking for that spark to get started.
And so when you talk about that, they've thrown the ball, what's interesting, not a lot, but fairly efficiently. They've hit some big plays. South Harrison has thrown the ball. But to get that spark, it's going to have to be Cray Coffey and Mason Galloway.
Yeah, I mean, that's the heart and soul of this offense, the run game. If you can get that dynamic duo going, it's going to be tough sledding for the Scotland County defense. But, we'll see. South Harrison, we've seen them get creative this year in different schemes, different types of plays. So I'm excited to see what they have in store for tonight.
Okay, so South Harrison, they come in fairly clean, Andrew, injury-wise. We've talked about the injury to Bryson Quinley, who was the incoming starting quarterback, but he was out early in the season with the hand injury.
Yeah.
Jet Cornett has been the starting quarterback in each of their games so far. He's a senior, former wide receiver, super athletic. They did have Bryson Quinley playing some running back in that Putnam County game. He goes down with a broken collarbone, had surgery this week to recover. So probably lost for the season more than likely with the surgery to the collarbone. So South Harrison comes in without any major injuries, guys that have been playing since the beginning of the season. I think not only the two running backs, but the ability, and you look at the Scotland County team, and I've watched some of their film on Huddle, the ability for South Harrison, that offensive line to get some push offensively to make some openings for those two running backs.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you mentioned Jet Cornett. This is his team now. Unfortunately, we're going to miss Bryson this year. Luckily, he's got next year. He's a senior. He'll be a senior next year. But, Jet Cornett, he's solidified himself as the starting quarterback. And, he's going to have to make some throws tonight. Going up against an undefeated team, you can assume they're at least going to slow down Coffey a little bit. He's going to have to be clutch in those moments, make those throws. But, yeah, it's a beautiful night for some football. Even after the long drive to Memphis, they had to come to our home 2 years in a row, so we had to go there this year. But I was looking at their schedule, who they played so far. Okay. Obviously, we don't know a lot of the teams, but it's Louisiana, Highland, and Harrisburg. Those are the same three teams they played last year, and they also came in to playing us 3-0. So. And we ended up taking them down.
Yeah, that ended up being a close game last year.
It was a really close game, yeah.
Kind of an ugly game. There wasn't a lot of flow to it. We were talking about it on the way over, and I was trying to remember, and as I've sat and started to think about it, neither team, it was a low-scoring game. I think it was like, 13 or 14 to 12?
It was 22-15, I think was the final, but it was like a last-second touchdown.
Yeah, low-scoring game as we get ready for the captains to meet at midfield. One of those South Harrison wants to establish a run. In watching Scotland County, they throw the ball a little more than they have in the past.
Yeah.
Same coaching staff that's been around, but they came out, different personnel. They throw the ball a little more. That has been, at times, a bit of an Achilles heel for the South Harrison defense.
Yeah, we saw last week, and even the week before, there was times when the safeties didn't get deep. back far enough, and they just threw it right over their heads. Hopefully South Harrison and Coach Coffey worked on that this week. Try to get the secondary a little more tight-knit here as I believe I was watching warm-ups. I think it's Dane Blessing will be the quarterback for Scotland County. Like you said, they're probably going to throw the football a little bit. We have to be prepared for that. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But, last week we mentioned that South Harrison, they won the toss. They wanted the football to start off. As they're doing the coin toss here, we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, and so again, you're with CF Rainey Andrew Sweat here from Memphis, Missouri, Scotland County versus South Harrison, as it is a non-conference matchup for both of these teams playing out of conference, out of the districts and area that they're used to playing in. We got to Putnam County, which is the very edge of our conference, Andrew, on the way over, and then still had another hour drive to get over to Memphis. And so excited about tonight. Again, here on the Green Hills Insurance pregame show. If you need it insured, they've got you covered. We will check to see the toss. Looks like South Harrison won, and they'll elect to receive. And so we'll get to see South Harrison on offense, see if they can establish that running game from the beginning here. We'll step away. Word from a couple of our sponsors. Be back for the opening kickoff after this commercial break.
Green Hills Insurance, LLC of Bethany is a locally owned and operated independent insurance agency providing coverage since 1996. They're licensed to operate in Missouri, Iowa, and Kansas, offering competitive rates with top carriers. They can insure a wide variety of risks, including home, farm, auto, boats, RVs, equipment, business owners, commercial buildings, bonds, and more. Located on the south side of the square in Bethany, stop by or give them a call at 660-425-7900. At Green Hills Insurance, if you need it insured, they've got you covered.
Hi, this is Rhonda from Little Clara's Garden. Bulldog fans, nothing says victory like the beauty of fresh flowers. Little Clara's Garden is your hometown flower shop, proudly supporting the South Harrison Bulldogs. From game day spirit bouquets, balloons, and gifts for every occasion, we've got the perfect gift to brighten your day. Stop by Little Clara's Garden, where every arrangement is made with love, just like our Bulldogs play with heart. Little Clara's Garden, growing community, one bouquet at a time.
All right, so Andrew, we step in and get ready here for the opening kickoff. Kiltaggart and I think Galloway back for South Harrison.
Yes, sir. Excited to get this game started in relatively unknown territory. So there's going to be Carter Klatt that kicks it off, and looks like it's going to go out of bounds. Be a penalty flag on the field as the Bulldogs get this drive started.
Yeah, so South Harrison will get decent field position out of the penalty as they are trying to put it back in that coffin corner and get a chance to see Scotland County. Again, most of the teams we see when we're talking about the GRC, Andrew, teams that we've seen, I mean, you saw when you were playing. Yeah. You've been watching football for a long time. You watched after you graduated, before you graduated, then after you graduated with your younger brother Luke playing.
Yep.
And so it becomes one of those things, seeing teams that we're not used to, and you can see some good size across that defensive front.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, we're going to get this drive started for South Harrison. Jet Cornett leads the offense onto the field. Looks like he's got Coffey, Galloway in the backfield. Galloway going to go in motion. He's going to do that little rocket toss to the far side. Galloway is going to have some room as he breaks a few tackles, and he gets the first down. So a pretty explosive play to start this drive.
Yeah, and that's one of those where it almost seemed like the defenders for the Tigers thought he was going out of bounds or was out of bounds, and Mason able to put a foot in the ground and get up that sideline for about 12 and a half yards there.
So they move the chains. First down and 10. Cornett's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Big Craig Coffey. Coffey only going to get maybe a yard, as it'll bring up a second down.
Yeah, so defense able to get a stop there after a short gain.
Second down and 9 from the field.
And South Harrison Right, they get outside on that first play. They work Coffee back inside. And we mentioned if you were a team playing South Harrison, you want to stop number 49. And so we see they've got guys in there.
Yeah, here we go on second down. Got trips here on the near side. Coffee in the backfield, and he's going to do a little toss to Coffee. And Coffee storms forward with a strong run as looks like he's going to get enough for that first down.
Yeah, he's near.
And he will.
Looks like they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, good blocking upfield and, good running after the contact from Coffee. That's what he's known best for.
So you have the opportunity here, not only with our scoreboard on the bottom, but you can see the scoreboard there across the field from us. We get an official timeout, I think trying to set the chains. The umpire will come in over the ball. We'll reset the play clock.
So it'll be first down and 10. The Bulldog 43. And going to do that rocket play to Galloway, but he is lit up. That was number 13, Colin Hatfield, with the tackle, and they didn't let that one get by them.
That's a loss of 4, it looks like, and that's one of those watching film pays off for the linebacker there. He just came straight downhill off that edge.
Yeah, so now second down, about 14. He lost 4 or 5 yards there. Eckerson comes in motion. He's going to hand it off to Coffee. Coffee almost slips there, but he keeps his feet. Good solid run there as he gets down to looks exactly the 50. So it'll make it a third down and a bit more manageable.
Yeah, it got out right about exactly midfield. 3rd and 3.
That's a big third down for South Harrison. Like we said, how are they going to start? Is it going to be, marching down the field and scoring a touchdown, or are they going to have to end up punting here?
It'll be interesting if they get positive, if they go for it on 4th down and cross into Tiger territory.
Yeah. So here we go on 3rd down and about 3. Galloway comes in motion. He's going to hand off to Coffee. Coffee's got some room there. He has the first down and more past the 40. And no question about that. South Harrison moves the chains.
No, nice job by Coffee. Just a little sidestep. He doesn't have a lot of shake in his game.
Yeah. We usually see him run people over, but he can sidestep.
Now down to the 39. We welcome in Bryson Quinley, watching from home after his successful surgery. Your mom watched as well. Welcome in some Bryson's family, grandparents watching.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate everyone tuning in tonight here from Scotland County.
So first down and 10 from the 39. And they're going to do that rocket play here, time to the left side, and they eat that up once again as he's going to get maybe 1 or 2, probably 1.
Yeah, and that becomes one of those, Andrew, those linebackers are creeping way up to the line script. They're coming downhill almost on the snap of the ball.
Yeah.
And we've seen South Harrison, especially in that early game versus Milan, decide to kind of put the ball in the air once they get them moving.
Second down and 9. The 38, Cornette's going to hand this one off to Galloway. Breaks the tackle there, and it's a decent pickup. It'll be about 5 yards shy of that first down marker as it'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, he was able to put a hand down after first contact. Stay upright to get something positive. Again, 3rd and 6 here for the Bulldogs.
Looks like the Dogs have 2 receivers there on the far side, 1 on the near. Cornette's going to start from the gun, and he's going to hand this one off to Coffee up the middle. Coffee's got the first down and more as he sheds a few tackles past the 20 down near the 15, maybe just shy of it, but great 3rd down run as I'm sure a lot of the Tiger defense thought that was going to be a pass.
No, and that's one of those things, Andrew, we haven't seen a lot of from Cray Coffey the last week or two, where he's able to break out and get those big chunks of yardage, and that's what South Harrison needs if they're going to be successful here tonight.
Yeah, it's always refreshing to see when Coffey can break a big one. But it'll be a first down and 10. Looks like from the 17. Bulldogs, the pretty successful drive thus far. Cornette's going to hand it off to Coffey. Coffey's going to get a few.
So a gain of a couple. And it'll be interesting. We've talked about a little bit. They haven't run a ton of option with Jet Cornette. Again, a new quarterback, and that's kind of one of those plays that takes some rhythm to see if maybe they do some sort of play action or something as he's athletic and get him out to the edge.
Yep. So second down and 8. Coffey, Galloway in the backfield. Cornette throws it to Taggart, but there is a flag.
And that's going to be encroachment.
Be on the Tigers.
So that'll make 2nd and 3 now. As that time, and they've done a pretty good job, has Scotland County, the Tigers, of kind of trying to guess that snap count, Andrew, and come downhill right at the snap of the ball. That's where they blew one up and got Mason Galloway for a loss of 4.
So here we go on second down and 3. Cornette hands it off to Coffey, and he walks in untouched as the Bulldogs strike first here in Memphis.
Yeah, touchdown, Coffey, and again, that time over that left side, he was able to find some room. And he's looked good here on this first drive with 3 or 4 big runs for South Harrison.
A very strong opening drive for the Bulldogs. A few third down conversions, and Cray Coffey is the star of that drive as they boot through the extra point. Looks like there's a flag, though.
Yeah, it looks like it's encroachment again. I think maybe someone lined up off sides.
It'll be a little closer.
That's one of those you almost wish you could have just taken the play, because the kick goes through. It
was good
for Cornette. The official has to go retrieve the ball behind the goalpost. Now it looks like maybe they're going to go for 2.
Yeah. So they are going to bring the offense back onto the field, try to make this an 8-0 game.
So now you're doing it from the 1.5.
Defense has to be thinking Coffey up the middle. And it's exactly what happens. It's about as sure as a Eagles tush push right there. Works every time as South Harrison makes it 8-0 here early in this one.
Yeah, so we'll be back to see what Scotland County does on offense after this commercial break.
Bethany Building Center is your locally owned source for quality building supplies, lumber, hardware, plumbing, and electrical needs. Whether you're starting new construction, tackling a remodel, or putting up a pole barn or shed, our team is here to help. We're proud to carry a full line of steel power equipment, including trimmers, chainsaws, and pressure washers, as well as trusted power tools from top brands like Milwaukee and DeWalt. Bethany Building Center, everything for the builder and the do-it-yourselfer.
Make every room your favorite room with O'Neill's Home Furnishings in Bethany. From lazy boy recliners and stylish sectionals to bedroom sets and dining tables built to last, we bring comfort and style together. Plus, enjoy free delivery, setup, and takeaway within 60 miles. Financing is available, subject to credit approval. Visit o'neillshomefurnishings.com or call 660-425-7200. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6. O'Neill's, where great style meets everyday living.
Okay, back here for the kickoff for Jet Cornette and the Bulldogs.
Cornette's going to kick it down to number 18, Carter Klatt. Going to return this one. Looks like he had a little bit of room there. Almost ran into his own player, but he's going to be getting this drive started just shy of that 30-yard line.
Yeah, so South Harrison, with that first drive, they had a couple of negative plays, but they were able to get some offense in big bunches with some large runs, especially from Craig Coffey, to just keep moving the chains until they were able to get it in the red zone and put it in.
Yeah, we'll see what the Scotland County Tiger offense looks like this year, as it will be senior quarterback number 3, Dane Blessing, leading the team out onto the field. He's going to have number 10, Levi Stott, come in motion here on the first down. He hands it off to his running back, and he's swallowed up in the backfield.
I think that was Ethan Smith, the first one to get there for the Bulldogs. Loss of about 4.
A great job by Smith getting back there, especially on the first play of the drive. It really sets the tone.
I wasn't sure if maybe they'd come out and test that South Harrison secondary with the pass, and now second and long, maybe we see them decide to air it out.
It'll be Dane Blessing in the gun with Stott to his left, and the snap was not handled well. It was recovered by the Tigers. But this is not how you want to start the drive for Scotland County.
No, another loss there makes it about 3rd and 18. We appreciate the home crowd here at Scotland County. They've been great as we're sitting out amongst them tonight. Not enough room in the press box. We'll see what they come up with here on 3rd and 18.
They got 2 receivers there on the far side. On the near, they're going to have a receiver come in motion. So he was Dane Blessing's going to throw it over the head of his intended target, number 87, Quaid Hamilton. And this will be a 4th and 18 punting situation for the Tigers.
Yeah, that was pretty good coverage. I think Trevor Henry, number 11 out there for South Harrison, sophomore. And we see Case Morgan, who's playing a little more on the defensive sides for South Harrison, especially with Bryson Quinley now out. It'll be number 7, Jet Cornett, back deep, just past midfield for the return.
So that's Camden Frost, the punter, or Forrest, excuse me. And he will punt this one out of bounds. Around the 47. And that's where the Bulldogs are going to get this drive started.
So pretty good field position here for the Bulldogs. And we've talked about it numerous times, Andrew, that with football, especially teams that don't see each other, you're kind of filling each other out, see what kind of adjustments maybe Scotland County makes coming out here defensively on this second Bulldog possession.
First down and 10. The 48, Cornett, takes the snap. He hands it off to Galloway as he jumps over a man, and a good strong run down at the 40 as they move the chains.
Yeah, gain of 12 by Galloway. And that's that play we talked about last week. South Harrison added a couple of different formations, just some small tweaks and a couple new plays. And it's almost a lead play on that where Galloway just gets in behind Craig Coffey and he leads away, and Galloway's able to make the cut off.
Yeah. So on the first down, Cornett is going to hand it off again to Galloway. This time they stop him. Only gets a couple there, as it'll bring up a second down and 8.
Yeah, it's been one of those South Harrison. It seems like they've got a little bit more room when they've got near the edge, out near that tackle spot.
Coffey and Galloway in the backfield. This time he's going to hand it off to Coffey here on the left side. He gets taken down by Camden Forrest, and that'll bring up another third down. About 5.
So gain of 3, Andrew. 8-0 lead. You're on the Scotland County 35. If you get something positive here, probably even if you get nothing, this is probably 4-down territory, don't you agree?
Yeah, as long as you don't lose 10-plus yards, I think there's a good chance you're going to go for it no matter what. We've seen them. They're 2 for 2 on third-down conversions tonight. We'll see what happens here. Cornett is going to be passing. He sheds the sack, but they end up wrapping him up and taken down.
Cornett is sacked by number 6, Evan Arnold. Also
that was number 6, Evan Arnold.
Number 70, Palmer Cox.
There. And that's not what you wanted for South Harrison.
It is not, and I'm a little surprised South Harrison threw it. I think maybe trying to play that with Scotland County, thinking you're going to run it with Coffee and trying to catch them off guard, but they got nice penetration on that defensive line to make it 4th and 12.
Yep. So they're in Tiger territory, so they are going to go for it here on 4th down and 12. This would be huge if the Tigers could get a stop. Cornett is going to end up passing again as he rolls out to our side, and he's being chased down. He doesn't have much, but he throws it, finds his Mason Galloway, and that's a 1st down, Bulldogs.
Well, and I apologize to those watching. There is a flag on the far side right about the line of scrimmage. So we'll check the flag.
We'll see what that is.
I got caught watching and not moving the camera there.
A good improvisation by Jet Cornett as he avoided that sack and found an open receiver. Still waiting on what the penalty call is.
Yeah, Cornett, and they're walking back.
Yep.
The ineligible man downfield.
Yeah, that's one of those you don't see very often.
And that's one of those, though, Andrew, it's supposed to be a screen play, so your linemen are going to get out and block. The issue becomes the penetration from the defensive line made that play, the timing of it didn't work. And so it's hard to blame the linemen there. Now they'll line up to punt.
Looks like it's number 10, Levi Stott, a senior. Looks like there's a good amount of seniors on this team. Going to be back to return. Yeah, looks like encroachment on the defense.
We'll get 5 back. Other than field position, I don't think it changes anything here for South Harrison as far as punting the ball.
You got to think probably is still a punt. Helps you out a little bit. Cornett takes the snap. He's going to roll out like he might throw it, but he's going to punt it. That's a high punt. And it's going to take a good bounce. That'll be inside 15-yard line for Scotland County to take over.
7 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, and again, Andrew, I feel like we've talked about this each game. That first quarter has flown by, 7 seconds on the clock. South Harrison with that 8-0 lead. Did that punt get tipped? It sounded like maybe there's someone out there, but he got it up in the air, and it took a great South Harrison bounce.
Yeah, he definitely took his time when he was punting there. Luckily, he got it off and ended up being a pretty good one as we see Scotland County lead their offense back onto the field. Dane Blessing at the quarterback position. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to do a little quarterback keeper there, and he has a chance to break free. Tripped up, luckily, by Jet Cornett, or else that one could have been gone.
No, and Jet Cornett thankfully was there because South Harrison had no one else behind him on that. That ends the first quarter, so we'll switch into the field. South Harrison had 8-0 lead, but the first time Scotland County able to move the chains and get a little breathing room there after that punt. We'll step away, be back for more after this.
Harrison County Community Hospital, your trusted hometown healthcare provider. We're here for you with a 24-hour emergency department, inpatient and outpatient care, and a full range of health services. Our primary care clinics in Bethany and Eagleville are here to meet your everyday health needs. and we're growing with you. Soon, we'll open our brand new state-of-the-art hospital built to serve our community with even greater care right here at home. Our mission is simple: exceptional care for every patient, every day. Learn more at hcchospital.org.
At Pettyjohn Auto Center, we put customers first, making car buying easy and stress-free with honest pricing and no hidden fees. Choose from 9 trusted brands of new cars: Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, plus more than 250 quality pre-owned vehicles. Our service department is here to keep you on the road with confidence. Visit any of our 3 locations in Bethany, Albany, and Trenton, or browse our inventory anytime at pettyjohnauto.com.
All right, so getting ready for the second quarter here, Andrew, and after that first down, it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 25 for the Tigers.
Yeah, good run there by Dane Blessing to end that quarter. This time he's going to hand it off to his running back, and he's got some room around the outside. Finally taken down, and he gets the first down past the 40.
Run out of bounds over here and tackled by number 6, Cale Taggart, after a pickup of about 15 yards. It'll be 1st and 10, Scotland County at the 43.
So 2 in a row there with the Tigers able to find some room. South Harrison had the opportunity to go up possibly 2 scores. Penalties hurt them on that drive.
Yep.
And now Scotland County taking advantage of that momentum.
Yep, you can tell they're getting a little bit more comfortable, at least running the football. Blessing's going to have 2 backs near him. This time he's going to hand it off to Carter Klatt, and he's swarmed up in the backfield.
Klatt on the run again. He's actually taken out for a loss by number.
He's going to lose about 4 yards.
Nick Mars.
Yeah, Nick Mars made the play out there on that in spot.
Loss on the play, going to bring up 2nd down and 14.
So nice contain for Mars. Make it 2nd and 14 after the loss. And see if we don't see him go back to the air here, as they've done that quite a bit this season so far.
So Blessing from the gun. He's going to take the snap, and he is looking to pass. And he's going to have to scramble to his right, and he just gets rid of that one. Incomplete, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 14.
And that time the pressure caused him to have to throw that. So 10:44 to go here in the second, and a big 3rd and long. And this is one of those we talked about with South Harrison if they got close. If they can get 10 or 12, they'll be in South Harrison territory with the possibility to maybe go for it themselves.
Yeah, that was a big play by Nick Mars there. Plays like that are really a drive killer. You know, you saw a lot of momentum with Scotland County. That kind of stopped them. We'll see what they can do here on 3rd down. And Blessing's going to hand this one off. The outside, that's Carter Klatt. Looks like a strong runner as he stays up. He's going to be just shy of that 1st down marker. It will be 4th down, but they're in Bulldog territory.
Going to be just short, looks like, of the 1st down. It'll be 4th down and 1.
Well, and that becomes exactly what we talked about. If they were able to get some, that put them in a position to go for it. And if you're South Harrison, you got to make sure you don't jump here, as offsides is an automatic 1st down. Again, we're checking all of our comments. Appreciate everyone watching this evening.
Yeah. Here we go, big 4th down for the Bulldog defense. As he lined up under center, there was a whistle. Looks like it's going to be a timeout by the Tigers as they want to talk this one over.
Yeah, maybe just seeing what South Harrison came out in. And so with 10:32 to go in the first half, South Harrison with the 8-0 lead, but Scotland County with the 4th and 1 over in South Harrison territory for the first time. We'll step away for a commercial break. Be back after this.
For 125 years, Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri has proudly served as your locally owned community bank. From convenient online banking and our easy-to-use mobile app, we're here to meet all of your financial needs. With 10 locations across northern Missouri and southern Iowa, you'll always find trusted service close to home. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, locally owned, locally trusted, banking Bethany can count on. Learn more at onlinefarmersbank.com, member FDIC.
This is one of those, Andrew, you always talk about coming out of a timeout. You want to make sure if you're South Harrison, you're telling your defense, do not jump.
Yeah.
Because if you have the opportunity on offense to get your team together, you're talking about a hard count or doing something else and trying to get this first down without having to do anything.
Yeah, this is a big down, like you said. You know, you got to be disciplined if you're on that D line. Sometimes it's so hard to, you know, you're just focusing on the play that's going to happen, and sometimes they can get you to jump off sides. But crucial fourth down, really for both sides. If Scotland County can get this, they got the momentum moving, but if South Harrison can stop it, that would be massive. As Dane Blessing going to line up under center, and he's looking to pass here, but he's chased down by Ethan Smith, and he throws it incomplete, intended for Quade Hamilton. And you could feel Bulldog fans holding their breath there, as it will be a turnover on downs.
There, but it was pressure up the middle. Trying to see.
I think that was Smith again.
I think it was Smith. I was trying to catch the number walking back to the huddle. And that little bit of pressure made him throw the ball a little high and turns it over.
So now the Dogs take over on downs after they had to punt it last time after a few successful plays, but Cornett lines up under center. And he's going to hand it off to Coffey, and Coffey's got some space as he breaks free past the 40, past the 30, and Craig Coffey is going to take it all the way to the house. Touchdown, South Harrison.
Well, that didn't take long for South Harrison. Touchdown Coffey on a 52-yard run, which is not usually in his wheelhouse, Andrew. Usually he's the, 5, 10, 15, 20-yard run, and he's able to get outside and hit the Jets.
Yeah, just incredible blocking up front. He had all the space in the world, and Cornett going to try to tack on the extra point, make this a 15-0 game, and he will. So one play after that turnover on downs, the Bulldogs extend their lead here in Memphis, Missouri.
Again, Scotland County had the momentum. One play just a few inches off, flips it back to the other side, and then South Harrison takes advantage right off the bat. We'll go ahead and step away. 10-17 left here in the second quarter. South Harrison 15, Scotland County 0.
Craving authentic Mexican flavor? Come to El Nopal in Bethany, where every bite tastes like home. From sizzling fajitas and street-style tacos to refreshing margaritas, El Nopal brings the true taste of Mexico right to your table. And now we can bring the fiesta to you. Book the El Nopal food truck for birthdays, weddings, or any special event. Let us serve up tradition on wheels. El Nopal authentic Mexican food made with love.
So a 52-yard touchdown run after the 4th and 1 stop for the South Harrison defense by Craig Coffey there on the run. And they lead at 15-0, 10-17 again to go here in the second quarter. Appreciate everyone that is tuned in as we made our way over to Memphis, Missouri.
Cornett going to kick this one off, and that one's goes out of bounds. I don't know if he called it.
Well, that one just died right on the sideline.
Yeah.
Number 33 had to come up and pick it up, as that's a live ball. And what's interesting about that, Andrew, with that live ball, an NFL player for the Steelers a couple weeks ago let a live ball sit there and get picked up for a touchdown. So it's not just on the high school level you see that sometimes. Even the guys getting paid to play don't understand all the rules.
Yeah, so we saw a little bit of life that last drive of the Tiger offense. They just ultimately couldn't get it going. There was a lot of pressure by Ethan Smith, Nick Mars, and that Bulldog D-line. They've been wreaking havoc all year, but let's see what the Tigers can do here. Blessing takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Klatt. Around the outside, Carter Klatt's got a pretty decent run there.
Carter Klatt.
It looks like a gain of 3 or so.
Taken down over there by number 53, Nick Mars.
We'll call it 4. So 2nd and 6.
Bring up 2nd down and 6 for Scotland County.
So 9:45 remaining in the second quarter. Dane Blessing in the gun. He's going to hand this one off. There's going to be a flag. That was Camden Forrest, the rush. Could possibly be a
flag
hold.
Back in the backfield where maybe you'd see a hold. We'll come around.
Will be a
that's
hold.
what it was.
So that'll push them back a bit there.
Yeah, because again, those spot fouls in high school ends up being 2nd and 16. Wait and see what the scoreboard operators think. We'll call it 17. So penalties for South Harrison on their second drive, and right now penalties put Scotland County back, but they come out spread out.
So might expect a pass here. And Dane Blessing drops back to pass. He throws this one deep to his intended target, incomplete. Levi Stott he was trying to hit, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 17.
Mason Galloway in coverage. He was step for step with him, but that receiver definitely has the size advantage on the outside. Wasn't able to come up with it.
Yeah, it looks like it was would have been a hard catch, but it was catchable. And what do you think? You got to expect another pass here.
You know, maybe a place for a screen, because those 3rd and 17 plays, having enough time, the defensive line's going to try to pin their ears back and get after the quarterback. So maybe something to take advantage of that.
Yeah, we'll see here. As Blessing drops back to pass, he's going to throw it incomplete. Was that little swing pass there, and that'll bring up a punting situation for the Tigers.
Yeah, and that was 18. Is that Brendan Hoover in for South Harrison? Was out in coverage as he'd been injured early in the season and came back and played a little bit last week, a senior. And so now Jet Cornett will be standing right around the 50-yard line waiting for this punt.
50-50 tickets. There's one of them down there in a white shirt, number 16. He looks like he's trying to sell some tickets. Be a 50-50 giveaway at halftime, so make sure you buy a ticket now and support the Tiger 15.
Here is the punt. A high one. Go past the 50, and Cornett's going to let that one stay. And it will be in Tiger territory. Get this Bulldog drive started.
Yeah, and so that kicked up. It was over the 50, and then kicks back like a nice wedge shot on the golf course.
There you go.
Little backspin, and so South Harrison will start just over.
Yeah, so right now, I mean, it's Craig Coffey. He's the issue for this Tiger defense. They can't seem to stop him.
Yeah, he's gotten chunks almost every time he's ran the ball. So see if South Harrison continues to feed him.
So 1st down and 10 from the 50. Galloway comes in motion. He's going to fake that toss. He will hand it off to Brendan Hoover. There is a flag, but a strong run by Hoover, and he breaks free, and he fumbles the ball, and Scotland County recovers. So a lot happening on that play. Like I said, there is a flag, though.
Well, if it's against
if it's
the Bulldogs, then it'll be
Tiger
declined
football.
And Tiger ball on the 20. So the only thing South Harrison can hope, even after a big play, but the fumble, is that somehow the flag would be on Scotland County, but it doesn't look that way.
It doesn't look like it. Man, really explosive play by Brendan Hoover. You could just see them coming up right behind him. I just wanted to yell wolf. That's the key word for when someone's right behind you.
And it is going to be against South Harrison as the referee goes over to the Scotland County sideline to explain it. But ultimately, I'm sure Scotland County's like, hey, whatever it takes for us to get the ball, we'll do it. And that's going to be it. As a hold, and they'll decline that and take the ball. Nice hustle by the Scotland County Tiger defense to come in and poke that away. A lot of kids would have given up on that, Andrew.
Yeah. Yeah, when you see a speedster taking off like that.
So 8:56 to go here in the first half. South Harrison did receive the ball, so Scotland County will get it to begin the second half. And they'll start with it on the 20.
Yeah, Scotland County, they need some sort of production here on offense. They definitely need a score. We'll see if that fumble recovery kind of gave them a little bit of momentum here as they hand it off up the middle, but nothing going as he is stuffed. It's like Ruger Johnson in on that tackle.
Yeah, no gain, so it'll stay 2nd and 10. Clock running. Joel McCall on the stop from that defensive tackle spot for South Harrison. Run a couple extra guys in. See if they spread it back out and put the ball in the air here on 2nd and 10.
So 8:20 remaining in the first half. 15-0 South Harrison as Dane Blessing starts from the gun. He's got a little bit of pressure, but he gets it off. Number 10, Levi Stott, only gets maybe 3 yards. So it will bring up another crucial 3rd down.
Trevor Henry, a nice job dragging across with the receiver. Make it 3rd and 6. See if they come back to the air here. That was a quick hitter right over the middle on a little drag route.
Yeah, they've had some success in the air, and like you said, those little screen plays. I got 2 receivers here on the near side. As Dane Blessing is looking to pass. He's going to throw this one down deep, but his intended target, Stott, couldn't get there, but this might be holding or PI.
Yeah, it was a stop and go, and ultimately if you're South Harrison, especially when it comes to the high school or college pass interference, you'd probably rather your guy grab a hold of him, drag him down. It is pass interference.
Yep.
Granted, you give up the first down, you move the chains, but you don't give up the touchdown.
Yeah. So that penalty will give Scotland County a 1st down.
South Harrison had no one back deep as far as safety. It was almost cover 0. Trevor Henry lined up, and once he was beat, he grabbed a hold of him.
Blessing hands it off. And he is swarmed in the backfield by a pack of Bulldogs. Henry McCall was in on the play.
Maybe a little loss on the play. 7 minutes coming up here on the clock for the first half in the second quarter. Again, South Harrison with that 15-0 lead as the Tigers run in the play from the sideline. Well, they'll bring 2 players in. And when they've done that a few times, they've went ahead and spread it out and tried to put the ball in the air.
Levi Stott comes in motion on 2nd down. So he hands it off to Carter Klatt. Good tackle there by Ethan Smith.
Yeah, he's done a nice job tonight getting penetration. Then that time he pinched in to get the stop. Another loss in the play of a yard and brings up a 3rd and 12. So we assume they'll put the ball in the air again here, Andrew, with 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, can't let up any penalties if you're South Harrison. You've let up a few. Should help them convert a 1st down, but here we go. Dane Blessing going to roll out to the right side as he makes the throw intended for Stott, but it's incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 12.
And this is one of those, you're in negative territory as far as you're back in your end. It's a 4th and 12. You do know if you're Scotland County, you get the ball to start the second half. The hope is you punt this ball away. Your defense can hold for the last 5:50 of this half, and you go into halftime no worse than 15-0.
Yeah. You just really can't let up another score. You can't go down, 3 scores in the second half. That'll make it a mighty task to get back into this ball game. Let's see what they can put together, and that might have.
Timeout, Scotland County.
I think they got the timeout right before the
barely.
play clock expired. So we'll take a timeout with them as well. Be back for the last 5:50 after this commercial break.
Remember when filling up your car meant more than just pumping gas? At Bethany Fuel Depot, we're bringing that service back. We'll fill your tank, clean your windshield, and send you on your way with a smile, just like the good old days. Inside, you'll find a general store with vintage candy, nostalgic treats, and unique gifts. We're open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., with pumps available 24/7. Find us across from Petty John's, Bethany Fuel Depot, full service and full of charm.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat back here. Welcome in everyone watching both on Facebook and YouTube. I know a lot of people have taken advantage of our YouTube channel, Andrew, because you have the ability to watch it on a big screen TV.
Yeah.
And so we appreciate all the eyes watching. We've been checking all the comments as South Harrison getting ready to get the ball back with a 15-0 lead, 5:50 to go here, and 4th and 12 for the Tigers from Scotland County.
That'll be Camden Forest to punt this one away. And it was almost blocked there, but
I think they might have got a hand on it.
Might have got a hand, but it takes a pretty good bounce. And over to the 34-yard line is where the Bulldogs will get their drive started.
Yeah, so fortunate there for Scotland County that ball got through the hand of one of the South Harrison defenders. And we mentioned it last time, South Harrison coming out, seeing if they can continue to get Craig Coffey those positive yards offensively to not only move these chains, but to see if they can get more points on the scoreboard.
5:40 remaining in the second quarter. Cornett hands it off to Coffey. Good solid gain there. Gets about 5.
And that is one of those, you know, he's, 6'2" or so, ends up with 6. He's really good, Craig Coffey, is at getting that body lean once he gets contact.
Yeah.
To stretch it out and get maybe another yard and a half.
And the Bulldogs are going to have 3 guys there on the trips on the far side. One of them's Coffey. We haven't seen Coffey catch many passes, but he is going to block here as that Cale Taggart gets the reception. A little pickup there. This will be just right in front of that first down marker.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be just shy.
Third
the
down
clock
1.
now under 5 minutes. And he comes up maybe a little lame.
Yeah. He's had some troubles with injuries in his career.
I think maybe
hopefully can
fell on the ball or something. He's kind of holding his stomach area.
It's not a nice feeling getting the air knocked out of you.
3rd and 1.
And he'll hand it off on 3rd down. There's a flag.
And
so
that's
maybe
seemed
on the
like maybe
tackle.
A face mask.
Yeah.
As it was coughing about 5 Tigers from Scotland County.
It will be a face mask.
Yeah, so that's a big penalty, 15-yarder after the gain. So Coffey was able to get the first down and carry the defenders. And once the pile stood up, someone got a hand a little high onto his face mask. So 4:43 to go here now. 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line of Scotland County, Andrew.
Yeah, this offense has been in a great rhythm all night long. See what they can put together here on 1st down. As Cornett hands it off to Galloway, and it's taken out by the legs.
That's a little counter.
Yeah. It's maybe 2 or 3.
Second down and 7.
Yeah, we'll make it 2nd and 7. And so this is one of those situations, Andrew, as we're coming up on 4 minutes left in the first half. South Harrison with the 15-0 lead. You're on the 34-yard line. Plenty of time if you want to try to score. I think if you're South Harrison, right, you don't take the chance of putting the ball in the air. We've had the sack, and really kind of one of those times where only something bad can happen if you do that.
Yeah, you really don't need to put the ball in the air right now. Just keep on doing what you're doing as they're going to do that little halfback toss to Mason Galloway as he gets the first down. And that's exactly what I mean. You know, just keep on running the ball. This defense has really had no answers for the South Harrison run attack tonight.
No, and that was one of those on that pitch. It was just a little low, and Galloway kind of double clutched it, but was able to come up with it and then put a foot in the ground and turn upfield to get the first down.
So 3:20 remaining in the first half. Bulldogs moving the ball. Hoover comes in motion. He's going to hand it off to Galloway. Picks up a decent 2 or 3.
Mason Galloway, number 26 on the carry.
Yeah, he was able to find just a little bit of room in there for something positive. It looked like they might have had him near the line of scrimmage, but to get 3 out of it is at least positive for South Harrison.
Yeah, good job of getting something out of nothing at the end of the day. That clock keeps on ticking, and, you know, South Harrison just taking their sweet time. They want to be able to punch in a score right before the half, as Coffey will be the lone back in the backfield. They will hand it off to him, but this time a good tackle. Looks like that was number 65.
Yeah, and that was a nice job by Long to just get around the knees and ankles of Big Cray Coffey and slow him up.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do when you're facing a large running back. You have to get as low as possible.
So 4 down territory, 3rd and 6 here for South Harrison. 2 minutes left in the first half.
Cornett lines up under center. He's going to take the snap. He'll hand it off to Galloway. Galloway tries to dance around a few players. He'll get a pretty solid pickup, but he's going to be maybe 1 yard shy. First down marker, 1 or 2.
Spun away from a couple of guys and is able to get a couple more. We'll go 4th and 2. So gain of 4 there. And do you think everyone in the stadium knows 49 may be getting it here?
I'd say there's a pretty good shot. Looks like he was going to. And timeout, South Harrison.
Timeout.
Yeah, South Harrison wants to talk about it. We saw Scotland County call the timeout and come out and probably change the play. We'll see what South Harrison does coming out of this timeout. Nothing else, you get a little bit of water, take a breather here. We'll step away for 30 seconds, be back for the 4th and 2 play after this commercial break.
Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank Mascot debit card. For each swipe of your Mascot debit card, BTC Bank donates 7.5 cents to the school represented on your card. It's a simple step you can take to have a big impact on your community at no cost to you. Stop by a branch today to get your Mascot debit card and start making a difference immediately. Visit btcbank.bank to learn more. Member FDIC.
Okay, so South Harrison steps out after the timeout. It's 4th and 2. They're down in Scotland County Tiger territory, right at the 15-yard line.
Now we'll see if
minute 21 to go.
Go back to Coffey. They were obviously going to hand it off to him before we had that timeout. We'll see if they stick to that, but they are going to do a direct snap to Coffey, and that did not pan out. Turnover on down. Scotland County will take over.
So turnover on downs there. Big play by the Scotland County defense, as that would have been tough coming back in the second half, down 3 scores. They have the opportunity. Minute 13, I assume we're going to see the ball in the air here, trying to get points on the board.
Yeah,
so they've got a minute 13. I think they've used just one timeout.
Yeah, we've seen quarterback Dane Blessing can throw the football. This time he's going to do a pitch to his running back, but he has got nothing. Carter Klatt will be taken down for a loss of 1 on the play. And we are under a minute left.
And that's one of those, Andrew, maybe the field position dictates that you don't put the ball in the air there on first down.
Yeah.
As you're backed up and you don't want a safety or something going back towards that end zone. We'll see what they do here on 2nd and long. 40 seconds on the clock.
Blessing takes the snap. He's looking to throw down the field. He connects with his receiver. It's number 10, Levi Stott. That clock will stop momentarily as the offense gathers itself. And the clock restarts here, and there's trips on the far side for the Tigers. Blessing rolls out to his right. He overthrows his intended target, Hamilton, and will be incomplete.
And 22 seconds on the clock here in the first half. And that pass play, I want to give credit to the Scotland County offensive line that time, because the pass play, they get the big first down. They cleared out over the top, and then they were dragging underneath. And that play takes a lot of time to get there. And he had plenty of time to make that throw and was able to connect and get out of the shadow of their own end zone.
So not a lot of time for the Tigers to march down the field, but they are desperate for a score. As Blessing looking to pass, and he will throw it to his intended target. That's number 11. As he takes off down the sideline, avoids a few tackles, and he is down at the goal line with about 11 seconds remaining. That was Camden Forrest.
And that time, South Harrison just fell asleep defensively. There was no one on him. They snuck him out. He came from the inside out, and I don't know if someone got caught up in traffic or what, but he was wide open. Nice job to connect and then make a couple of moves to gain another 20 or 30 yards.
And a good dot there by quarterback Dane Blessing. And now you're in a situation where you have to punch this in if you're Scotland County. And then you're looking at a situation where you get the ball back at halftime and have a chance to march down the field and tie the game.
Yeah, that's where this one would be big, knowing that you get the ball back. Plus you're going still a little momentum right before half if you can punch it in. South Harrison did that last week against Marceline. They were able to score right before half. Then that turned into another 35 unanswered in the second half.
Yeah. So now if you're South Harrison, you're just talking about not letting them get in the end zone. We've seen South Harrison's defense and D-line be able to stop teams from, getting even just a few inches this year. We'll see what they can do here.
So 11 seconds on the clock, 15-0 South Harrison lead, but Scotland County right on the verge of a possible points on the 4-yard line of the Bulldogs.
So Blessing will line up under center. He's going to fake the handoff. They're going to throw it here, and he's taken down by Ethan Smith. Ball on the ground. Is that a fumble?
Looks like it.
And it will be. So South Harrison avoids a disaster.
Well, one of those. I think you look at the teeth of that South Harrison defense. You've seen what they've done in goal line stands. You're trying to get to the edge, get your quarterback rolled out, and again, pressure up the middle on the defensive line. Now South Harrison can kneel on it with 5 seconds left.
Yeah, if you're a Bulldog fan, you can take a deep breath there, but once again, Ethan Smith has been big in that first half for the Dogs' defense.
No, and that's one of those, too. You think about the punch-out by Scotland County, making the stop on the 4 instead of giving up the touchdown's huge. We'll go ahead and step away, come back for the O'Neill's halftime show after this commercial break.
Our connections make powerful things happen, uniting individuals and communities. We are Rotary. We are people of action. With over 1 million members, we know what people can do when they come together. Around the world, generations of leaders build new friendships and help solve problems. Take action with us. The Bethany Rotary Club strives to make a difference in our community. Our projects help improve life to those both close to home and around the world. Come serve with us. Find out more at Rotary.org.
United Country Nelson Real Estate is your trusted place to go when looking to buy or sell. Licensed in 3 states, our team of experienced agents is ready to help you find exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a home in town, wide open farmland, hunting and recreational property, or that perfect piece of land to call your own. With United Country Nelson Real Estate, you get the best of both worlds. Personal hometown service backed by nationwide exposure. Find us online at nelsonsoldit.com, and remember, no one knows the country like we do.
Green Hills Insurance, LLC of Bethany is a locally owned and operated independent insurance agency providing coverage since 1996. They're licensed to operate in Missouri, Iowa, and Kansas, offering competitive rates with top carriers. They can insure a wide variety of risks, including home, farm, auto, boats, RVs, equipment, business owners, commercial buildings, bonds, and more. Located on the south side of the square in Bethany, stop by or give them a call at 660-425-7900. At Green Hills Insurance, if you need it insured, they've got you covered.
This is your Bulldog Sports TV halftime show, sponsored by O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings in Bethany. Quality and service with you in mind. Now let's join CF Rainey and Andrew Sweat.
All right, so back here on the O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings halftime show. We don't have the ability to get a camera on both Andrew and I, as we're sitting in the crowd and we don't have that space. So we'll go ahead and let you see the Scotland County Band perform here at halftime. So, Andrew, it's one of those. South Harrison wins the toss. Just like last week, they want the ball. They take it. They're able to march down the field. There's a penalty, so they get closer on the conversion. They go for 2. They get it 8-0. And then Scotland County moves the ball a little. South Harrison gets it back.
Yeah.
They have a drive with some penalties that cost them. They punt. Scotland County moves the chains a couple times on their next drive. But South Harrison able to get the stop. Goes back and forth. And there was a time there, Andrew, you felt like Scotland County was getting the momentum there, because the first quarter ran by really quickly, but there about mid-second quarter, Scotland County seemed like they were grabbing some of the momentum. South Harrison's again able to get a stop. Penalties affected both teams.
Yeah.
And South Harrison, again, momentum's flipped back and forth, but South Harrison was able to grab it again there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I've really been impressed by South Harrison's offense and defense tonight. But like you said, there's been chances for Scotland County to, make a threat and get back into this ball game. But time after time, it's either a penalty or, honestly, like a big play by the defense for South Harrison. We've seen Ethan Smith storm in there, make some big plays tonight. Even guys like Nick Mars. I've been impressed with the secondary. I know we let up that big play there towards the end of the half by number 11, Camden Forrest. But for the most part, they've been pretty stout, not letting too many big plays affect them. But, we're sitting at 15-0 shutout so far in this one. Scotland County gets the ball after half, but you're sitting in a pretty solid position. It could be a lot different feeling if Scotland County just scored right there, right now, because they'd be getting the ball with a chance to potentially tie this ball game. But for South Harrison, you're sitting in a good position, but you don't want to get too comfortable because this team can obviously make some explosive plays.
No, and that's it with the explosive plays. And really, Andrew, that first half for both teams is a bit of a half of what could have been. South Harrison with the 15-0 lead. They get the big run by Hoover.
Yeah.
He gets it knocked out just before he gets to the end zone. Scotland County recovers to get it So that would have been a 3-score lead for South Harrison. So that's the what could have been for South Harrison to really kind of put themselves out there and put Scotland County in a position where they'd have to probably come out and throw on almost every down. Down 2 scores, they don't have to do that. The what could have been on the other side with Scotland County, they get South Harrison either caught up in traffic or just someone loses assignment.
Yeah.
They get the big pass. South Harrison able to make the tackle on the 4 instead of giving up the 6 points. And I'm not sure who was able to run that down. I think it was Galloway and Trevor Henry that were both there. I don't remember who made that tackle. But even after a huge gain, getting that tackle on the 4 made all the difference, because then they get the ball back on the fumble. And the what could have been is 0 points for Scotland County and only 15 for South Harrison.
Yeah, really good resilience by the Bulldog defense there. Like I said, I'm trying to remember, is this the first shutout we've had first half-wise this season, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So really impressed by that, especially a team who is 3-0. But, you can expect Scotland County to try to make a little bit more changes here in the second half coming into the second half here. It's a home crowd for them. They're not going to give up. And, for South Harrison, like I said, can't get comfortable with this lead. I expect Brendan Hoover. I think he'll get the ball again tonight. He had a really good run there. Sometimes that happens when, he hasn't carried the ball this season that much. You can kind of forget fundamental things like that to really hang on to the football all the way. But I could see him getting maybe another run here in the second half. And again, Craig Coffey has just been an absolute nightmare for this defense tonight. He had that 1-yard touchdown after a big run, and then he had that 52-yard touchdown right after that turnover on downs to make it 15-0. So, if you're Scotland County, what can you really do to stop him at this point? You just have to hope you can somehow get some Scotland County defenders to wrap up on him. But
yeah, that's one of those things. Craig Coffey had a great first half of play. What happens in the second half? We'll talk about that here in a moment when we return after this commercial break.
Hi, this is Rhonda from Little Clara's Garden. Bulldog fans, nothing says victory like the beauty of fresh flowers. Little Clara's Garden is your hometown flower shop, proudly supporting the South Harrison Bulldogs. From game day spirit bouquets, balloons, and gifts for every occasion, we've got the perfect gift to brighten your day. Stop by Little Clara's Garden, where every arrangement is made with love, just like our Bulldogs play with heart. Little Clara's Garden, growing community, one bouquet at a time.
Bethany Building Center is your locally owned source for quality building supplies, lumber, hardware, plumbing, and electrical needs. Whether you're starting new construction, tackling a remodel, or putting up a pole barn or shed, our team is here to help. We're proud to carry a full line of steel power equipment, including trimmers, chainsaws, and pressure washers, as well as trusted power tools from top brands like Milwaukee and DeWalt. Bethany Building Center, everything for the builder and the do-it-yourselfer.
Make every room your favorite room with O'Neill's Home Furnishings in Bethany. From lazy boy recliners and stylish sectionals to bedroom sets and dining tables built to last, we bring comfort and style together. Plus, enjoy free delivery, setup, and takeaway within 60 miles. Financing is available, subject to credit approval. Visit o'neillshomefurnishings.com or call 660-425-7200. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6. O'Neill's, where great style meets everyday living.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat back here on Bulldog Sports TV. O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings halftime show. Big thanks to all our sponsors. So, Andrew, we talked about the first half, the what could have been for both teams. We talked about the great half that Craig Coffey had on the ground. Mason Galloway also ran the ball pretty well, but Craig Coffey was the bellwether back there for South Harrison. They didn't really have to put the ball in the air or do anything crazy throwing the ball. They tried, ended up with a sack there.
Yeah.
But if you're able to run the ball, it makes things a whole lot easier offensively. So you come to the second half. We know what South Harrison's going to want to do. They've got a 15-0 lead. First thing, get a stop defensively. But secondly, work that clock with the running game. So Scotland County, they're talking at halftime, hey, we've got to stop number 49 when he gets the ball, and we can't be giving up 4, 5, 10, 15 yards and just letting them move the chains.
Yeah, that's going to be big for Scotland County-wise, this first drive of the second half. If they can go out there and, really set the tone and, carry on with that momentum that they had there for that one play, and actually compete in this ball game, that's going to be tough. But, if South Harrison can make a stop and potentially march down the field and score, make it 22-0, that puts Scotland County in a very tough position. So there's a lot of kind of big storylines to look for here in this second half of play. But if you're South Harrison, you just really want to get out here with a win as quick as possible. You got a long drive home. So you really just want to lay the hammer down here in the second half.
And it's one of those situations, Scotland County only down 2 scores. So it's not like they're down 3 or 4 scores and they have to throw the ball. But I do feel like, Andrew, they're going to want to come out and try to score something quick, which means they're probably going to put the ball in the air and see if they can catch South Harrison sleeping like they did on the big play right before they lost the fumble near the goal line.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen them be successful in the air. Quarterback Dane Blessing can throw it. Just to talk about a few of their weapons that they use, Levi Stott, he's carried the ball quite a bit. Camden Forrest is another guy. And then Carter Klatt, number 18, is probably their go-to running back. And he's kind of got a little bit of Craig Coffey running-esque in him. You can see him a little tough to take down at times. We've seen them go to Quade Hamilton, number 87, a few times in the air. I don't know if he's really able to haul one in. But for South Harrison, I've talked about the secondary. All it really takes is one busted play. We saw number 11, Camden Forrest, make that big play there. Just even a play like that can really get the momentum going for Scotland County. So for South Harrison, you got a lockdown defense, and you're putting a lot of pressure on Dane Blessing. Really like what I've seen from that D-line tonight. Joel McCall, Nick Mars, Ruger Johnson, and Ethan Smith is, they've put on a clinic there.
Yeah, and that's one of those situations, if you're South Harrison, pressure's going to be important because for the most part, South Harrison plays a lot of man, and the play that was a break, I'm going back over it in my mind. I don't necessarily know that someone just lost it. That receiver came inside out, and I think the defensive back just got caught in traffic on a little wheel route out along the sideline. And so South Harrison, see if they mix up maybe their coverage a little bit, play a little more zone, get a safety, at least a single safety back so they don't give up the big play. But that pressure by those front fours is going to be important because if you can get to the quarterback, he doesn't have time to look downfield and hit those double moves.
Yeah, I'd say for South Harrison, you do want to play a little bit more zone, play a little looser, see how it goes in terms of, we know they like those quick little short passes. If they start finding success on those plays and start moving the ball, then you can tighten it up a little bit. For the most part, starting off, I'd say play a little bit looser, really avoid that big play down the field.
All right, so CF Rainey Andrew Sweat again here in Scotland County, Memphis, Missouri. South Harrison with that 15-0 lead at the half. We'll step away, be back for more of the O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings halftime show after this commercial break.
Harrison County Community Hospital, your trusted hometown healthcare provider. We're here for you with a 24-hour emergency department, inpatient and outpatient care, and a full range of health services. Our primary care clinics in Bethany and Eagleville are here to meet your everyday health needs. And we're growing with you. Soon, we'll open our brand new state-of-the-art hospital built to serve our community with even greater care right here at home. Our mission is simple: exceptional care for every patient, every day. Learn more at hcchospital.org.
At Pettyjohn Auto Center, we put customers first, making car buying easy and stress-free with honest pricing and no hidden fees. Choose from 9 trusted brands of new cars: Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, plus more than 250 quality pre-owned vehicles. Our service department is here to keep you on the road with confidence. Visit any of our 3 locations in Bethany, Albany, and Trenton, or browse our inventory anytime at pettyjohnauto.com.
For 125 years, Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri has proudly served as your locally owned community bank. From convenient online banking and our easy-to-use mobile app, we're here to meet all of your financial needs. With 10 locations across northern Missouri and southern Iowa, you'll always find trusted service close to home. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, locally owned, locally trusted, banking Bethany can count on. Learn more at onlinefarmersbank.com. Member FDIC.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat here on Bulldog Sports TV. Appreciate everyone that is tuned in. Big thanks to all of our sponsors. O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings is our halftime show sponsor. So we appreciate their help in allowing us time to talk about the game, recap the first half, look ahead to the second half. I do want to let you know that all of our sponsors that allow us to go on the road, help us with equipment and different expenses we have, O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings, Harrison County Community Hospital, Petty John Auto Center, Bethany Fuel Depot, Green Hills Insurance, El Nepal Authentic Mexican Food, Little Clara's Garden, Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, BTC Bank, the Bethany Rotary Club, Bethany Building Center, United Country Real Estate, Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, and Hidden Acres Cabins. We've also been talking to a couple other businesses. I know the Body Shop, the 24-hour fitness center there in Bethany, is ready to jump on. We're just dotting a couple I's, crossing a couple T's, getting all their information. So hopefully we'll have that for commercials next week. If you would like to be a sponsor, here's the information. So our total views, actually this is just this fall. I went and looked at our total views since we did 2 baseball games as tests last spring, and through the summer, just a couple things we put on. We have actually over 100,000 views on Facebook. So just this fall, almost 70,000 total views. Engagement with 4,270 people, almost 1,700 interactions. We've added over 200 new followers in just the last few weeks, and we've had a reach in the last month of over 7,000 users, and that's just on Facebook. On YouTube, almost 900 total views, which I'm sure we're probably there by now, and 235 hours of content watched. And so what that means, if you're a local business and you'd like to help sponsor, you're going to be able to reach customers and potential customers as we air South Harrison Athletics this fall, softball, football, and volleyball. And we've got more games coming up next week. I know I think a couple softball games and then the homecoming football game next Friday. So if you're a sponsor and you'd like to get in, we still have the ability to get you on. We're about halfway through the season, maybe just a little under the number of games that we're going to broadcast. You can send me an email at cf.rainey@bulldogsportstv.com. Send us a direct message on Facebook if you want. We also have family sponsorships, and we appreciate all the families that have given us $20 for the season. And so that, again, helps us get to places like Memphis, Missouri, helps with our internet and equipment costs. Brian and Mary Quinley, Randall and Barbara Axon, Daryl Quinley and Lois Cavanaugh, Grace Lawrence and Daniel Payne, Matt and Carrie Johnson, Thomas and Carlin Hudelmeyer, Jason and Vanessa Taggart, Pat and Candy Haffey, Jeff and Tiffany Botcher, Larry and Brenna Holmes, Eric and Kathy Sweat, as well as Dave and Pat Barnett, Aaron and Danielle Fitzpatrick, Jack and Kelsey McCall, Andrew and Shyla Calloway, Cephas and Ingrid Panamogan, Brandon and Ollie Pulse, Chris and Courtney Schoening, Brian and Krista Corbett, Patrick and Melissa Miller, Michael and Jess Estes, Paul Barone, Dick and Roberta Smith, Keith and Rhonda Deskins, Shirley McKinney, Eric and BG Coffey, Kel and Tori Watson, Michael and Shelby Burrows, Nate and Aaron Wagler, Robert and Rochelle Weller, and Bill and Christy Clark. If you would like to be a family sponsor, it's real simple. If you do Venmo, you can Venmo us, Bulldog Sports TV. That information's there on your screen. You can either look it up or use the QR code there. $20 per school year, recognized during each game. And we appreciate everyone that has helped sponsor, either with a business sponsorship or a family sponsorship. And I know a lot of people. I spoke to someone the other night at the game, and they said, hey, I don't do Venmo. They walked up and handed me $20, and we can take care of it that way as well. But all the community support has been great. Andrew and I have really enjoyed it. Make sure not only do we air games throughout the week, and we'll come back here to the football game. as we're getting close to kickoff. And so South Harrison will be kicking off. But not only do we do football and softball games, we also, Andrew and I, midweek, talk about all of South Harrison athletics on our Sports Central show live on Wednesdays at 5:30. And then throughout the week, we've been having some coaching interviews. We've had the opportunity, both Coach Chris Schoening, head varsity football coach, as well as head softball coach Aaron Fitzpatrick, have been great to make time to sit down with us as we get ready here for the kickoff to start the second half.
Yeah, here we go. Jet Cornett going to boot this one away. Number 6 is going to call the fair catch. That's Evan Arnold. And the Scotland County Tigers are going to start this second half off on offense, and they desperately need something to get going here.
It'll be interesting to see if they try to go for the jugular here. We know Marceline was able to hit a big play last week against this South Harrison defense when they got the ball back. See if they're more patient or they decide to put the ball in the air and get some big chunks.
So quarterback number 3, Dane Blessing, leads his offense back out onto the field. He's got Camden Forrest and Klatt there as he hands it off to Klatt, and he gets nowhere. Taken down.
That's Gage Barclay, the first one to get there.
We haven't called his name tonight, but huge play for the Bulldog defense to get this half started. And
lost about 4.
Yeah, pins them back to second down and 14.
So that's one of those you're just kind of taking the temperature of the defense a little bit, and Barclay from that outside linebacker spot able to come up and make the play.
Stott comes in motion on second down. There's going to be a flag before they can get the snap off. And it'll be a false start on the Tigers.
So they'll add another 5. So not the way you wanted to start for the Tigers. Here's now 2nd and 19. We'll go ahead and reset the play clock.
Yeah, you're kind of moving backwards if you're Scotland County. But here they go on second down and 19. Blessing, quarterback keeper, up the middle. He's hit, taken down.
And just maybe 3 on that.
Yeah. But that's going to bring up third down and long from deep in their own territory.
16 here, Andrew. And again, you mentioned the deep in their own territory.
Yeah, you got to expect probably a pass here.
And it's one of those situations, maybe they ran that drag route over the top, ran a guy off over the top, and then the drag. See if they come back to that.
Throws it deep, but that's incomplete. And it looks like he was looking for number 87, Quade Hamilton, who he's targeted a few times tonight. That is going to bring up fourth down.
Yeah, and that's one of those. Craig Coffey had dropped back from his linebacker spot into that zone coverage. And we mentioned maybe South Harrison playing a little more zone just to keep everything in front of him. He got a good drop that time, and he and Trevor Henry were there to get the stop.
So now the Bulldogs offense going to have an opportunity here as a pretty good punt by Forrest. That one's going to roll out of bounds on the 33. And we'll
That's
get
a really good punt.
Yeah.
Because Jet Cornett was back, but it went over his shoulder, and he had no chance to grab it. And so at least field position-wise, Scotland County doesn't get any points or move the chains, but they're able to put South Harrison back in their own territory, and if they're going to score, they're going to have to go further than what it looked like they're going to have to near midfield.
Yep. So first down and 10 from their own 34. Coffee Galloway in the backfield. Cornett's going to take the snap. He is going to hand it off to Galloway. And Galloway breaks a little tackle there, and he's still running past the first down marker, down past the 50. The play kind of took a little bit to flourish there, but he ended up getting pretty good yardage.
And that's one of those, Andrew, we talked about the first week, Mason Galloway compared to Mason Galloway a year ago, that he was a more patient runner, setting up those blocks, being willing to put a foot in the ground, get north-south, east-west here on this field. But that time he was very patient, staying with his blockers and able to get a big gain and get over into Tiger territory.
Yeah, patience as a running back is, something that's a bit difficult to get used to. But, yeah, as you get more experience, it comes more naturally to you. As he's going to hand it off to Craig Coffey here on 1st down and 10. He gets about 3 yards there.
Coffey on the run.
And if you're South Harrison, you want the clock to move. You want the chains to move.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 7 after the stop by the inside, that Tigers defense limits the gain, but still positive yardage for South Harrison on 1st down.
So 2nd down and 7 from the Tiger 44. Hoover comes in motion. He's going to hand it off. Craig Coffey. Coffey makes a cut up the middle. Down around the 35 as the Bulldogs get the 1st down.
Yeah, and a nice job by Coffey again. Right, he's not Galloway or Hoover. He's not real elusive as far as laterally, but he's done that a couple times tonight where he just sidesteps one tackler or defender and then is able to get upfield.
Yeah, you can really tell he's growing as a runner, becoming more elusive. But he will always just be that power back. As Eckerson comes in motion on 1st down, and he's going to hand it off to the elusive back, Mason Galloway.
Well, again, he finds some room from the initial hole to get upfield and pick up, 6 yards there. So 7:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter. South Harrison got the initial stop they needed on the kickoff, and now they're trying to move the ball down the field and extend this lead if they can.
So Hoover comes in motion. He's going to fake the handoff. Cornet, quarterback keeper, the far side. He's tackled out of bounds, but that'll be a 1st down.
Yeah, it's just kind of a little play-action bootleg, and that was run all the way by Jet Cornet, and he's a good enough athlete. If he gets in space, he can get some chunks of yardage, able to move the chains again, which is what South Harrison wants.
So again, another 1st down. This has been a very slow and methodical drive for the Bulldogs, as they have the ball on the Tiger 18. Oh, and there's a blitz around the outside. Looks like he came maybe a little early, but they're not going to call a penalty. And
it's one of those maybe almost perfectly timed.
Yeah,
it was very close.
Got it perfectly, yeah.
But in a way, it works against the Tigers because the play goes opposite. They guessed it early and got Mason Galloway on that rocket play to the outside, and were able to meet him for a loss. But that time he's able to pick up 6 and make it 2nd and 4. Pretty quiet here.
Yeah, 6:40 left in the 3rd. And looks like the Tigers hopped off sides there.
Yeah, I think
that hard count.
The way South Harrison reacting, that it's going to be 5 against Scotland County. It is encroachment, and that'll be a 1st down. Will be 1st and goal.
On Scotland County, it will be 1st and goal.
From what, about the 6 or 7?
Mm-hmm.
We'll say 6.
From the 7-yard line.
I mean, who's going to argue with us?
So on the first down, Cornett's going to toss it around the outside. Galloway's got some blockers, and he is in. Touchdown Bulldogs as they extend their lead to 21-0.
And that was one of those, Andrew, I'm pretty sure that was Joel McCall, I think. Either him or Nick Mars. Whichever one that was that pulled from that guard spot, and they were leading it all the way into the end zone. And that was a pretty easy run for Galloway, just able to follow his blocker.
And Cornett boots it through, and that'll make your score 22-0. South Harrison.
Yeah, so South Harrison answers after they get the stop to go up 22-0. We'll step away, be back for more after this.
Craving authentic Mexican flavor? Come to El Nopal in Bethany, where every bite tastes like home. From sizzling fajitas and street-style tacos to refreshing margaritas, El Nopal brings the true taste of Mexico right to your table. And now we can bring the fiesta to you. Book the El Nopal food truck for birthdays, weddings, or any special event. Let us serve up tradition on wheels. El Nopal authentic Mexican food made with love.
Remember when filling up your car meant more than just pumping gas? At Bethany Fuel Depot, we're bringing that service back. We'll fill your tank, clean your windshield, and send you on your way with a smile, just like the good old days. Inside, you'll find a general store with vintage candy, nostalgic treats, and unique gifts. We're open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., with pumps available 24/7. Find us across from Petty John's, Bethany Fuel Depot, full service and full of charm.
So Andrew, South Harrison comes out and does what they couldn't do in the first half, able to put some more gap between them and the Tigers from Scotland County.
Yeah, and here's Aiden Nelson back to return this kickoff. He can't hang on to it there, but he picks it up. And Nelson will be taken down shy of that 20-yard line.
Yeah, so that's going to be tough for Scotland County as they didn't get great field position there. Start first and 10, see if they go back to the air and try to get some big chunks here. Now down 3 scores.
Yeah, just last drive, not the opening drive you wanted if you're Scotland County to start the half. We'll see what they can put together here. It'll be first down and 10 from the 18. And is that Blessing with the quarterback keeper?
Yeah, kind of a quarterback power there on a lead play as he had the running back beside him that went ahead and led up through the hole. So they get some positive yards there. Bring up 2nd and 6.
2nd down and 6 for Scotland County.
So here we go.
We'll go twins either side here.
Yeah. Maybe a bit of a different look as he has Stott to his right as he throws this down the field, but he can't connect. That was number 84, Cohen Small. And if that pass would have been on target, he could have been gone.
Yeah, that's one of those, again, just missed. They've had a couple of those tonight. And Jet Cornett, I think, was talking to one of his teammates. Some miscommunication there.
Yeah.
So South Harrison dodges a bullet. And, again, it's another one of those what-ifs so far for Scotland County. 3rd and 6.
Tigers need some sort of answer here. On 3rd down, same formation. Blessing drops back, just gets it off to his intended target, but it is incomplete.
Yeah, he drops the ball, but it was Case Morgan there defensively. He would have been right there for a stop. Actually would have been a loss on the play, and so that'll bring up 4th down. And with this kind of field position, even trailing 22-0, what you think, a punting situation.
Yeah. Yeah, obvious punting situation. Deep in your own territory. And South Harrison doesn't have a return guy back.
Well, that becomes one. I think Scotland County takes the timeout because they ran a guy off late, and I think they wanted to avoid a penalty there.
Yeah.
So we'll take the timeout as well. Step away, be back in 30 seconds.
Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank mascot debit card. For each swipe of your mascot debit card, BTC Bank donates 7.5 cents to the school represented on your card. It's a simple step you can take to have a big impact on your community at no cost to you. Stop by a branch today to get your mascot debit card and start making a difference immediately. Visit btcbank.bank to learn more. Member FDIC.
CF Rainey Andrew Sweat here, Bulldog Sports TV. We appreciate everyone tuned in on both Facebook and YouTube. I do want to mention, I've mentioned this a couple times at softball. Sometimes softball games were down in a hole a little bit and our cellular internet isn't great. We've kind of found out sometimes YouTube is a little clearer in those situations. But wherever you're watching, we appreciate it. And South Harrison has everyone up as it looks like they're going to go for it.
Yep. Stott comes in motion. Blessing throws it on fourth down, and it is complete. And
I think it's going to be enough for a first down.
Yeah, it looks like he got the first down. Number 11, Camden Forrest, with the first down. So a little bit of life for Scotland County as they get the crowd rattled up here.
And that's another one of those drag routes. They hit that earlier. It's really hard to cover if you're a man. You're trailing the guy across. You're hoping you've got a linebacker drop back in that zone, but South Harrison didn't. And a nice play call after the timeout to get the first down.
So here on first down and 10 from their own 30, Blessing takes the snap. He hands it off to Stott around the right side, but nothing going there as he's taken down. Number 7, Jet Cornett with the tackle.
Yeah, nice job, Jet Cornett, coming up from that defensive backfield. And he comes downhill, and it's a loss of 7. So I'll make it 2nd and 17.
Yeah, you can't let up plays like that after you gain a little bit of momentum on a first down play. But here we go on 2nd down and 16 from their own 23.
Yeah, clock running 4:20 here to go in the third.
They're going to have 2 on each side spread out wide. Blessing has to force this pass incomplete, out of bounds, and just like that, it's 3rd down and long.
And that becomes one of those, the old expression we used to use, and I am older than Andrew, but what we used to say on that, Andrew, is pressure breaks pipes. And that time the defensive line able to get pressure, forced the quarterback to throw it wide and out of bounds, and now brings up a 3rd and long.
So Blessing from the gun takes the snap, drops back to pass. He fires this one way over the head. And there's a flag as looks like Henry might have tripped up the receiver.
Now that's one of those, and again, high school rules and professional rules and college rules are different. Is there a call if it's uncatchable?
Yeah, I mean, that definitely wasn't a catchable ball, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll call it PI.
Yeah. And again, it's the second time Trevor Henry's got called for that. In coaching youth football, junior high football, with the high school rule, I would tell them, I don't know this is automatic first down here.
Yeah,
I think it was 16.
It should be 4th and 1.
Well, they'll keep 3rd down.
Yeah, it'll be 3rd down still.
So it'll be, 3rd and about 1. So the penalty definitely helps.
Yeah. They need this conversion. They've yet to put up a score tonight, but this would greatly help their chances if they could get the first down here. 3rd down and 1. Oh, and looks like
the back moved. South Harrison defender moved, but I think the back leaned, and it was
first, so that'll move the ball back. Get a bit tougher here, but it will still be 3rd down.
And they've shown, they're willing to go for it here, especially trailing by 22. 3:46 to go on the clock.
Yeah, down this much, you have to be a bit aggressive in your play calling. 2 receivers here on the near side, one on the far. Blessing on third down is going to take the snap and a little quarterback keeper, but he's getting nowhere. Ruger Johnson storms back there and makes the tackle, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, Ruger Johnson first to get there. Ethan Smith there as well. And a big play for that South Harrison defense, and they'll move it back. It'll be 4th and 10. So see if Scotland County can find a little magic again here on 4th down in the 3rd quarter, trailing 22-0 with coming up on 3 minutes left.
Tigers in need of answers. Stott comes in motion, fakes the handoff. Blessing throws it on the run, intended for Forrest, incomplete.
I think that was Hoover able to knock it away.
I think that was Case Morgan in there.
Okay, you're right. It was Case Morgan.
Good job by the sophomore breaking that one up, and the Bulldogs are going to take over on downs deep in Tiger territory.
And that's a guy Coach Schoening talked about on our interview this week. You know, sophomore coming into play, see if they could work him a few more minutes. And that's just a headsy play, not losing this guy as the action went away from him, but he stayed with it, able to knock it down and get the ball back.
Yeah, good awareness there by Morgan. And there's a whistle by the referee before we can get the play off.
Yeah, so South Harrison coming out in a shotgun look here that we have not seen with Jet Cornett, and
we got a couple receivers
Coffee
out
right
there.
beside him.
Yeah. So we'll see the Dogs right up here. Is going to be a halfback draw up the middle, and Craig Coffey, big Craig Coffey, storms forward. He's still on his feet as they finally push him out of bounds for the 1st down. What a run.
That's one of those. Once he gets back against those defensive backs, especially if you don't get him low. We talked about earlier a couple of the defenders for the Tigers came up and got him down around the knees or ankles.
Yeah.
That sets up a 1st down, and right at the 16-yard line as we're getting close to 2.5 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Trips the far side. Cornett throws it, caught. Couldn't quite see who that was, but hold it in.
Might have been Galloway.
Yeah, it looks like it was Galloway.
Pass complete to number 26.
And he'll be
Galloway,
down
taken number 65,
just shy of the 1st down marker. It'll be
2nd down and 3.
about 2nd down and 3.
So a pass a little bit low, but Galloway able to come up with it and turn and get 7. So we're now under 2 minutes to go. And South Harrison trying to put this in from just inside the 10.
See Brendan Hoover in there.
Yeah, they'll split trips outright.
Yeah, they'll run the same formation just on the other side. Cornett in the gun. Did that little screen pass. Cale Taggart tries to make a move on the defender, and he will, and he storms into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Touchdown, number 6, Cale Taggart.
Nice quick pass. And then Taggart able to set up those blocks, get outside. And that's one of those on that tunnel screen. Sometimes the receiver has to make the first guy miss. Taggart able to do that, then the blocks were there down the field.
A great move by Taggart there. Shed the tackle, and there's a flag on the PAT.
I think it's going to be offsides, and South Harrison will decline it.
So that'll make your score 29-0. The minute 24 left. Yeah, we'll see, I guess, what
They did throw it earlier, and they stopped the play. I would assume South Harrison, you don't want to take points off the board here.
Yeah, I'd assume you just want to keep it.
Yeah, they'll decline it.
So it looks like they will keep the extra point.
Yeah, so South Harrison goes to 29. So South Harrison comes out, gets the stop, able to move the chains and then move it into the end zone. 29-0, minute 24 left in the 3rd. We'll step away, be back for the kickoff after the touchdown. after this commercial break.
Our connections make powerful things happen, uniting individuals and communities. We are Rotary. We are people of action. With over 1 million members, we know what people can do when they come together. Around the world, generations of leaders build new friendships and help solve problems. Take action with us. The Bethany Rotary Club strives to make a difference in our community. Our projects help improve life to those both close to home and around the world. Come serve with us. Find out more at Rotary.org.
CF Rainey Andrew Sweat here on Bulldog Sports TV. Appreciate everyone that's tuned in that wasn't able to make the long trip over here to Memphis, Missouri from Bethany area. Big thanks to all our sponsors and family sponsors. South Harrison, with that score, Andrew, goes up 29-0, and we await the kickoff here from Jet Cornett.
Yeah, just a great drive by South Harrison, and there's going to be a low kind of squid kick. I think they touched it there, but going to be picked up by number 10, Levi Stott, and Stott has a chance to take this, and he's finally tripped up by the kicker, Cornett. There's a near disaster avoided there.
Yeah, you don't want to give up the quick score like that, but will be the best starting field position here for the Tigers from Scotland County. Breathes a little life into this home crowd that we're sitting in the middle of. As they'll get it in plus territory on the South Harrison 42-yard line.
Yeah, for the Tigers, this one's you got to think a bit out of reach, but if you could put up a score here, you'd still be feeling pretty good. As Stott comes in motion on first down, fakes the handoff. Dane Blessing passes, and he completes it. First down. That's number 87, Quade Hamilton. They've targeted him a few times tonight. Haven't been able to connect, but there they do.
And the coverage was there. Trevor Henry was there to make the tackle, but not until they get the big first down. Coming up on a minute left into the third quarter. Scotland County threatening.
Blessing drops back. You throw it again. That should have been picked off. Trevor Henry got his hands on it. It will be incomplete.
Yeah, that's one of those. I think Henry's eyes were down the field a little bit, seeing the green in front of him. Couldn't squeeze it. But at least brings up 2nd and 10 for the Bulldog defense. They got the turnover right before halftime as Scotland County was threatening on the 4-yard line. South Harrison trying to get a stop again here.
So the Tigers line up in the gun again. Blessing, little quarterback power keeper there, only gets a 1. And that brings up a 2nd down, and
yeah, it'll be 3rd and 9
after
the incompletion.
Taken down by number 78, Ruger Johnson, also number 53, Nick Mars.
So Nick Mars, Ruger Johnson in on that stop. 4-down territory, obviously down 29-0, especially in plus territory here as we come up on 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. The clock is also South Harrison's friend. They just don't want to give up anything quick.
Blessing rolls out. He's looking to pass, kind of a wobbly ball, but he had a man, just couldn't quite connect. It's number 84, Cohen Small, the junior. And that'll be a 4th down for the Tigers with 3 seconds left.
Yeah, the incompletion stops the clock. So we'll get at least one more play minus a defensive penalty here in the third quarter with 3 seconds. And that's one of those pressure calls, the errant throw. The receiver was open. He was able to make his way away from the South Harrison defenders. But the quarterback happened to throw it off his back foot. Just wasn't able to complete the pass.
Blessing looking to pass. He has a wide open man in the end zone, and that'll be a touchdown. Scotland County converts on 4th and 10 as makes a throw to number 10, Levi Stott.
That's one of those South Harrison bit on the double move. They did that earlier, and Scotland County caught South Harrison defenders looking, and they get on the scoreboard. We'll see if they go for 2 here. trailing 29-6. South Harrison did get the early 2-point conversion after the penalty.
Blessing going to pass it here on the 2-point conversion, and he finds his man. That's Cohen Small. 2-point conversion is good, and that'll make your score 29-8 South Harrison.
Okay, that is the end of the fourth quarter. South Harrison again has the lead 29-8. We'll step back after a word from a couple of our sponsors. Be back for the fourth quarter after this commercial break.
United Country Nelson Real Estate is your trusted place to go when looking to buy or sell. Licensed in 3 states, our team of experienced agents is ready to help you find exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a home in town, wide open farmland, hunting and recreational property, or that perfect piece of land to call your own. With United Country Nelson Real Estate, you get the best of both worlds. Personal hometown service backed by nationwide exposure. Find us online at nelsonsoldit.com, and remember, no one knows the country like we do.
CF Rainey Andrew Sweat here on Bulldog Sports TV. Scotland County gets their first score of the night, and then the 2-point conversion to make it a 29-8 game. And so, Andrew, are we expecting an onside kick here?
I'd say there's a pretty solid chance. I mean, for Scotland County, like you said, down 29-8. Haven't had a lot of answers. If you even want a slight chance of getting back into this game, you're going to need to get lucky a few times here. And I'd say if I was coach, go ahead and kick it onside and see what you can come up with.
Well, the success South Harrison's had on the ground throughout the game, especially on that drive that they scored in the third quarter, you don't want to give it back and give up, a 5 or 6 minute drive.
Yeah. Yeah, South Harrison, they can chew the clock for sure. And, we've seen the Bulldogs not be perfect on kickoff returns or anything like that. They're going to do a little kick here, and there's a penalty.
Well, I don't know that anyone was set.
Yeah, I mean, he just kind of just ran out of the huddle. Let's see what they say about that. Can't say I've seen anything like that.
I can't either, but again, high school has some crazy rules.
True.
I'm surprised South Harrison doesn't have a hands team. They've got
they're
Ruger Johnson's up there, a couple linemen on that front line. Usually you'll have receivers or backs. So I don't think there was a whistle for ready there. So we'll do it again.
Let's see if they do the same thing.
I mean, that'd be tough to field if you're South Harrison with 10 guys running at you.
Yeah. You only got 5 up there in front. Looks like they're going to go back to the normal kickoff here.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what that call was other than no ready to kick, but they're going to go ahead and at least show to kick away.
So they're going to do an onside kick. Looks like they probably touched it, and it won't pass 10 yards. So be a penalty, and the Bulldogs will take over.
And so I don't know if maybe that's just one you come out and you're seeing what South Harrison, how they react.
Yeah.
There was no penalty yardage marked off.
No.
But South Harrison will get the ball here after the kick doesn't travel the 10 yards required and also goes out of bounds. So no times run off the fourth quarter. Let me adjust that on our scoreboard. South Harrison with the 29-8 lead. They'll start at the 42-yard line of the Tigers of Scotland County, Andrew.
Yeah, you just expect more running the football, doing what they've done best all night. As Cornett lines up under center, and he'll hand this one off to Mason Galloway. And that's Brendan Hoover. The speedster breaks free.
Galloway on the carry.
Or was that Galloway? I couldn't quite see.
Yeah, we'll check. I think it was Galloway because here's Hoover coming off.
Out of bounds over there by number 11, Camden
A
Forrest.
great run by Mason Galloway there on first down.
Yeah, and again, it's been the patience of Galloway that we saw versus Milan. Wasn't as much room versus Putnam County. We saw a little bit of it last week against Marceline, and we've seen quite a bit of it tonight as he's been able to stay behind those blockers and get a couple of big gains.
So first down and 10 from the Tigers 16. Galloway comes in motion, will hand it up. Craig Coffey up the middle, and he walks in for a Bulldog touchdown. So just like that, South Harrison strikes back and brings our score to 35-8.
Yeah, and that's the answer you want, South Harrison. You want to put points on the board. You probably would have liked to use a few more minutes or seconds off the clock, but you'll take points anytime you can get them.
And Cornett will try to boot the extra point here, and he'll put it up, and this one is low and no good. Just off to the left side, and that'll make your score 35-8 with 11:18 remaining in the quarter.
All right, we'll step away.
Green Hills Insurance, LLC of Bethany is a locally owned and operated independent insurance agency providing coverage since 1996. They're licensed to operate in Missouri, Iowa, and Kansas, offering competitive rates with top carriers. They can insure a wide variety of risks, including home, farm, auto, boats, RVs, equipment, business owners, commercial buildings, bonds, and more. Located on the south side of the square in Bethany, stop by or give them a call at 660-425-7900. At Green Hills Insurance, if you need it insured, they've got you covered.
All right, so Andrew, South Harrison gets the stop, or gives up the touchdown, but then comes right back. Scotland County not able to come up with the onside kick, and then South Harrison, a couple nice runs. Galloway and then Craig Coffey does what he does and gets the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns on the night for Coffey. Galloway's got one, and Cale Taggart had that little touchdown pass here on the east end zone. But here we go, 11:18 left. South Harrison looking to get out of here with a W. This takes a little bounce on the kickoff, picked up by Levi Stott. And he'll go down around the 39-yard line.
He's taken down by number 24, Micah Guernsey. Take this time to introduce your cheerleaders for Scotland County.
All right, so 11:13 to go. South Harrison with that 35-8 lead. So you feel fairly comfortable. But again, you don't want to give up anything quick or big to give momentum to the home team here, because still plenty of time left in the fourth quarter.
Kenna Campbell, Peyton Beard, Allie Ambrose, Davis Stott, Maya Stott.
So under center here with an I formation.
Blessing will take the snap and will hand off. Strong run. Explosive by number 11, Camden Forrest.
Yeah, so it'll be
Camden Forrest on the run, taken down by
second down. We'll give him 4, 2nd and 6. So they come out in that I formation, which we really haven't seen tonight. We've seen quite a bit of shotgun. After the positive gain, the clock is running, coming up on 10.5 to go in the ball game. See if they try to catch South Harrison sleeping and throw the ball out of this I formation.
Stay in that I formation, and Hamilton will be in the fullback, and I'll hand this one off to Forrest.
Forrest on the run, taken down.
Good solid pickup. There'll be
Joel McCall.
A 2 yard shy of that first down marker.
And Joel McCall, as well as I think Case Morgan, last guy up off the pile. He's shaken up a little bit. Let's see if South Harrison tries to get him out of the game or not. He's going, yeah, South Harrison will get a timeout. I think coaches notice Morgan is limping a little bit as he's on the bottom of that pile. And so we'll take a timeout as well. Be back after this 30-second break.
Hi, this is Rhonda from Little Clara's Garden. Bulldog fans, nothing says victory like the beauty of fresh flowers. Little Clara's Garden is your hometown flower shop, proudly supporting the South Harrison Bulldogs. From game day spirit bouquets, balloons, and gifts for every occasion, we've got the perfect gift to brighten your day. Stop by Little Clara's Garden, where every arrangement is made with love, just like our Bulldogs play with heart. Little Clara's Garden, growing community, one bouquet at a time.
Yeah, for Rainey and Andrew Sweat back here on Bulldog Sports TV live from Memphis, Missouri. Scotland County hosting South Harrison. South Harrison, you can see on our scoreboard and the game scoreboard with the 35-8 lead, 9:53 to go. Scotland County has it here. South Harrison was able to get Case Morgan, who made his way off the field on his own, but he comes out, and I think Micah Guernsey checks in. They'll go back shotgun here, Andrew.
Yep, big third down. Blessing keeps it on the quarterback keeper. See a few Bulldogs out there. Guernsey helps take him down. He is going to be inches shy of the first down.
Yeah, close, but it'll be 4th and short here.
So obviously a go-for-it situation.
And Guernsey just checked in, able to make that play. That outside linebacker spot.
So 4th down and 1. High formation, they're going to hand this one off to Forrest, and he's going to be stopped short. What a stop by the Bulldog D-line there, as it's a turnover on downs. And the Bulldogs are going to take over.
Yeah, it's actually, I think, the lineman held up the blocks, and it looked like it was Coffey and Galloway from those linebacker spots shooting right through those A-gaps, able to get the stop and a turnover on downs. Sometimes you can't see it all, but you wait for the last two guys off the pile. That's been my trick over the years, Andrew.
Yeah.
If I don't know who tackled, I just whoever got off the guy last got it, and it was Galloway and Coffey. And I'm sure we'll see those two a lot here with 9:05 to go.
Cornett in the gun this time. There's a blitzer on the outside, but Coffey keeps up the middle, and he's got room there as he breaks past first down marker, stays in bounds. That clock should keep rolling.
Yeah, it'll stop just for the chains, and then I'm sure South Harrison is wanting to take all the time they can here. So we're now under 9 to go.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better night from Craig Coffey. The defense has not had answers when it comes to him, but here we go on 1st down and 10. Cornett hands it off to Coffey again. This time they made contact with him, but he still was able to get out 4 or 5 yards.
And again, it was just that little sidestep.
Yeah, that made the difference there.
Oh, about 3.5, close to 4. We'll go ahead and call it 3. In 2nd and 7 as we're coming up on 8 minutes left of the ball game. And again, South Harrison with that big 35-8 lead. The ball now on the Scotland County 30-yard line. Coffey out in the slot this time.
Yep. We've seen him a few times tonight there, as this will be a pass to Taggart, incomplete. So it was a forward pass, but.
And that was number 82, I think. Yeah, for Scotland County from that defensive end spot. Got a hand up and made it tough for Jet Cornett to get that pass off.
So a 3rd down, 7:51 left to go in this ball game. Bulldogs are threatening here. As Galloway comes in motion, a little counter play. That's Brennan Hoover, who's taken down. I think that was number 66, Brody Wheeler.
Taken down by number 66, Brody Wheeler.
Yeah, and actually lost on the play of a couple. Brings up 4th and 9, and that's where maybe South Harrison trying to throw the little bubble out there.
Timeout,
They did
South
end up
Harrison.
stopping the clock. And so 7.5. And they've got a 4th and long. They'll call timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Be back after this 30-second break.
Bethany Building Center is your locally owned source for quality building supplies, lumber, hardware, plumbing, and electrical needs. Whether you're starting new construction, tackling a remodel, or putting up a pole barn or shed, our team is here to help. We're proud to carry a full line of steel power equipment, including trimmers, chainsaws, and pressure washers, as well as trusted power tools from top brands like Milwaukee and DeWalt. Bethany Building Center, everything for the builder and the do-it-yourselfer.
All right, CF Rainey and Andrew Sweat here. South Harrison on the road versus Scotland County Tigers in Memphis, Missouri. It's 4th and 9 for South Harrison. They lead 35-8, 7.5 to go in the ball game. Just looking online, grc.com. We appreciate them. They have a couple scores on their Twitter. Last score from Brookfield, they were up on Polo 44-6.
Yeah, sounds like, again, Brookfield is going to be another tough out in the GRC. We get them in a couple weeks.
And Gallatin, last score I see here, they were up on Trenton 23-13. So we come up for this big 4th down play.
4th down and 9. Cornett takes the snap. Galloway around the outside, breaks free, and he's going to be shy.
No, I think he got
did he get it? Yeah, he must have.
Yeah, he's down to the 20.
Just an explosive run by Galloway once again to move the chains, keep this drive alive.
And that's what Mason Galloway, right, that's what he brings. He's got some size to him, but he also has speed. He runs, the 4x1, the 100-meter in track. And so the ability to get to the edge and a huge first down for South Harrison.
So 1st down and 10 from the 20. Bulldogs trying to extend their lead. And Big Craig Coffey takes it up the middle. He's looking for his 4th touchdown of the night. Doesn't quite get there as it'll bring up 2nd down.
It looks like he got about 7 or 8.
It looks maybe 8.
Well, not quite as far as I thought. Maybe 6. But still a nice positive run for Coffey. And I don't know if he's had any negative runs tonight. Even when they've got him near the line of scrimmage, he's been able to lean forward for positive yards.
Yeah. 2nd down and 4. 2 receivers to the far side. Cornett in the gun. Coffey going to fake the handoff. Thrown incomplete by Cornett. Klatt there.
And
the deflection.
Trying to catch him off guard a little bit. But the thing that does, and of course, 35-8 lead, but it stops the clock at 6:07. Brings up 3rd and 4.
So on the 14 of the Tigers. Handoff to Craig Coffey, and he is just short, but he's going to get the 1st down, just short of that goal line.
Carter Klatt on the tackle.
That's what, about the 3-yard line, I think. It'll be 1st and goal.
Be short of the goal line. Be 1st and goal on the 3.
So keeps the clock running. Now we're under 6 to go. What'd you say, Coffey with 3?
Yeah, he
See if he
currently
can
has
pick
3.
up his 4th one here.
Him and Galloway both in the backfield, so there's a chance one of them gets it here. And it'll be Galloway, and he is going to be just short, looks like.
And they'll mark him down at the 1-foot line.
He already has 1 touchdown tonight.
Taken down by number 62, Craig Plum.
So the one thing that does, South Harrison, it's only 2nd down. You're now just inside the 1, but it gets the clock running again. We'll come up under 5 to go in the ball game, again with the 35-8 lead for the Bulldogs.
Yeah. Punch this in, really put this game on ice here. if you're the Bulldogs, try to get out of here as quick as possible and ride back home with a W. But they're going to hand it off. I believe that was Coffee.
No signal.
And they might have stopped him again.
He stopped there short.
He is going to be stopped just shy. So it'll be a 3rd down and goal.
The good thing is you're South Harrison. You know you got this down and the next one. Nice job by the inside of that defensive line for Scotland County to stop that, because we're in game number 4 and we haven't seen anyone really stop Craig Coffey when he's been down inside the 5.
Yep. And they're going to, I'm not sure what happened there, but Jet Cornett.
I don't know if it was a broken play.
Was it a handoff and then tossed back? Or?
No, I think it was just a little fake.
Was it a fake?
And then he bootlegged out, but I'm not sure if it was meant to be or not.
Yeah,
It
regardless,
looked like it.
Touchdown South Harrison, and that puts them up 41-8.
We'll get the touchdown graphic on our scoreboard there.
Yeah, we're not sure if that was supposed to be like that or.
I would say it was if I was South Harrison.
Yeah. It was the extra point. We'll put it through, and that'll make it 42-8 with 3:59 remaining in this ball game.
Yeah, South Harrison able to use some clock at that time, Andrew, plus get the touchdown, and able to salt this away and maybe get some of their guys from the JV squad some minutes here at the end of this ball game.
Just overall really great performance from South Harrison this entire ball game tonight. Never really let up. Had a few mistakes here and there, but, that's going to happen in any game. These Bulldogs are going to be on a 2-game win streak going into homecoming week.
And again, going into homecoming versus Trenton, who we mentioned at the time, we're down to Gallatin. We'll see if I can find that score again.
Trenton, whether they have a good team or not, they always do play us tough.
So this was before half. Gallatin was up 26-13 on Trenton, and we'll wait the kickoff from Jet Cornett.
Number 7, Jet Cornett will kick off for South Harrison.
Just under 4 to go here.
Cornett with the kick. And it'll be Levi Stott going to return this one. Trying to be patient with some blocking here. Finally taken down. And 20.
Levi Stott on the return.
8.
Taken down in there by number 4.
So let's see. South Harrison still at least has a few starters out there. And sometimes I know as a coach, you're waiting to see what the other team does. Good to see Case Morgan back on the field. Favoring one leg just a little bit, but he's up and out there. Here comes Craig Coffey late, as well as Joel McCall.
See Case and Nibel in there. Big number 70.
Yeah, Nibel, a big freshman in the middle of that defensive line for South Harrison. We got a timeout. See if we switch some players around. We'll go ahead and step away. Be back after this 30-second break.
Bethany Building Center is your locally owned source for quality building supplies, lumber, hardware, plumbing, and electrical needs. Whether you're starting new construction, tackling a remodel, or putting up a pole barn or shed, our team is here to help. We're proud to carry a full line of steel power equipment, including trimmers, chainsaws, and pressure washers, as well as trusted power tools from top brands like Milwaukee and DeWalt. Bethany Building Center, everything for the builder and the do-it-yourselfer.
Make every room your favorite room with O'Neill's Home Furnishings in Bethany. From lazy boy recliners and stylish sectionals to bedroom sets and dining tables built to last, we bring comfort and style together. Plus, enjoy free delivery, setup, and takeaway within 60 miles. Financing is available, subject to credit approval. Visit o'neillshomefurnishings.com or call 660-425-7200. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6. O'Neill's, where great style meets everyday living.
Okay, South Harrison has some of their subs out there.
Got 3:48 remaining. Looks like a new quarterback in and a little underthrown there. Quite see.
That's number 2 for South Harrison. Not sure who that is.
So the new quarterback is number 0, Jaden Bergeson.
So 2 for South Harrison. Who's that there on defending that play, Andrew?
I couldn't quite see.
Well, it's number 2. I didn't know.
That's Prashawn Marmon.
Okay.
Freshman.
So they did go to the air, so it stops the clock. They'll come quickly to the line of scrimmage.
So Bergeson, the backup quarterback in the gun, will take the snap. He's going to hand this one off, and he's taken down immediately.
Yeah, that was big. Carson Nibel made his way into the backfield, and the freshman gets his first stop of the night. We'll go ahead and update our scoreboard with 3rd and 11 now. So the clock will run. Coming up on 3:15.
Yeah, always good for some younger guys to get in there and get some playing time as Bergeson lines up in the gun. As a man come in motion here, that's number 1. He'll fake the handoff. Has to get rid of it in time. He'll connect to his receiver, Jacob Stott. Not much going there, though. Still behind the line of scrimmage.
No, and I think that was, looked like Guernsey as well as number 42 for South Harrison. I think that's Leon Jinks there, 42.
Yep.
Appreciate everyone watching from back home as well as around the state and around the U.S. from different states.
So 4th down and 11. Bergeson throws this over the head of number 35, Cooper Small. Incomplete, and South Harrison is going to take over. Try to put up one more score here before the night ends.
Yeah, we'll see South Harrison's second group out there. If you're Coach Schoening, you'd want to get this clock running. Try to get something positive out of this group. But just get this last 2:11 off, as we mentioned before. Just over a 2-hour drive, especially on a bus over here.
Yeah.
So already after 9. Wanting to get home before you turn into a pumpkin tonight. Both teams shuffling some guys in and out. Someone started the play clock. We'll go ahead and whistle that. And ready for play.
And they're going to have 3 guys here. Backfield, snap going to be taken. Number 2, Pittensbarger. But handed off. Whitmire.
Yeah, so Whitmire. Actually, I think 2 tonight is Cameron Pittensbarger.
Yeah, Pittensbarger.
Out there, and so really no true quarterback. Backup quarterback has a broken hand.
Mm-hmm.
So coming up on a minute and a half to go in the ball game.
I'll be in that same formation here. On 2nd down, Pittensbarger hands it off to Whitmire again. Nothing going.
Another loss of a couple on the play. Whitmire, freshman, I remember watching him last year in junior high. Definitely a promising running back. At this point, if you're Scotland County, you know what South Harrison's going to do as far as run the ball. And if you're South Harrison, you just want to see if you can get something going to keep this clock running.
See if we can get one of these young guys their first varsity touchdown. And the Tigers going to jump off sides there.
Well, if nothing else, you'll pick up 5 and keep the clock going.
Yep.
So this should be the last play here.
Yeah, we'll see what they come up with here. The Bulldogs are 20 seconds away from celebrating their 3rd victory of the season. That'll bring their record to 3-1. Here's the snap. Not sure. Line didn't really move there.
I think maybe a fumble there.
Looks like it's recovered by Scotland County.
But, nope, Scotland County.
Yeah, it's one of those, I think,
recover.
South Harrison coaches were just wanting to take a knee. It kind of looked like that. Then everyone started moving.
Yeah.
The ball
Players
got loose, so
had
with
a
8
different
seconds
idea.
left, Scotland County will get the ball back. But this is just a formality at this point. As far as who wins or loses, we'll see if Scotland County can break something loose here. Appreciate everyone watching. Make sure to stick around for our Green Hills Insurance postgame show. It'll probably be a abbreviated show as we've got, again, a distance to travel to make it back home.
There we go. Last play. The Tigers. Bergerson at quarterback. Jacob Stott comes in motion. Bergerson going to throw this one. Good spiral down the field. It's headed for his target.
Ferguson's pass
Is incomplete, though. And we'll get one more play.
All right, we'll just keep at it here. I think if I'm South Harrison, I just get 4 guys across the 40 or 30-yard line back here. Make sure nothing gets behind you and hope your front 4 or 5 can get some pressure.
This time, I formation. Bergerson lines up under center. Hand this one off up the middle. Taken down, and that'll end your ball game, folks. 42-8, South Harrison improves to 3-1 and gets the W.
Scotland County goes to 3-1. We'll step away for a short break. Be back with the Green Hills Insurance postgame show after this message.
Harrison County Community Hospital, your trusted hometown healthcare provider. We're here for you with a 24-hour emergency department, inpatient and outpatient care, and a full range of health services. Our primary care clinics in Bethany and Eagleville are here to meet your everyday health needs. And we're growing with you. Soon, we'll open our brand new state-of-the-art hospital built to serve our community with even greater care right here at home. Our mission is simple: exceptional care for every patient, every day. Learn more at hcchospital.org.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat back here on the Green Hills Insurance. Again, we don't have the ability to get a camera on us, so we'll just keep the camera out on the field for now. Big thanks to Green Hills Insurance as well as all of our sponsors. We'll mention them in a moment, our family sponsors as well. So, Andrew, South Harrison came in. They established the run early.
Yeah.
Both with Cray Coffey and with Mason Galloway. They didn't have a big lead at half, but they were able to establish that run and keep it going throughout the game, move the chains, and then finally break away on the scoreboard a little bit. So they did exactly what I'm sure Coach Schoening and that staff wanted to do coming in.
Yeah, this game really broke loose in the second half. We talked about it at 15-0. Scotland County just before half had a chance to possibly get back into this one. Didn't work out. South Harrison kept the momentum and, really just rode this game all the way home on the ground. You had a couple third-quarter scores. I ended up losing track of all the scoring here. Cale Taggart had a receiving touchdown late in the third. Mason Galloway had a touchdown. 6 minutes left, and then Craig Coffey obviously had that touchdown run. Can't quite remember who the last person was.
Well, then Jet Cornett on that little bootleg.
There to end it off for the last score. So, 42-8. Really good performance offensively and defensively. Overall, really impressed, and you get to, you got a long drive back home, but you get to ride it out with a W.
Yeah, it's a whole lot better when you're going home with the win.
Yeah.
And South Harrison didn't have to throw it very often. For the most part, they defended the pass. There were a couple guys that got open. There were a couple of pass interference penalties. But ultimately, Andrew, those pass interference penalties save touchdowns. So if you're South Harrison, you'll live with that and live for another down.
Yeah.
And Scotland County couldn't get much going on the ground. And if you want to throw it sometimes, you've got to work that ground game as well. They weren't able to do it. And South Harrison able to get the stops when they needed to, especially the big fumble right before half. We talked about missed opportunities for both teams in the first half. And South Harrison was able to make Scotland County pay in the second half and get the big win.
Yeah, absolutely. And, South Harrison, really good job tonight, but we got homecoming next week against, like I said, Trenton. I don't know how great they are. Obviously, they're losing to Gallatin right now, but they always play us tough. It'll be homecoming. They're always out to get us, and, that's going to be a big game for us as we have some even bigger GRC matches coming up, Brookfield and Gallatin, Polo, all those teams. So, 3-1 South Harrison, you're feeling pretty good. Only lost a close one to Putnam. But, got to keep this momentum riding out here.
So CF Rainey and Andrew Sweat here on the Green Hills Insurance postgame show on Bulldog Sports TV. I want to thank all of our sponsors, O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings, Harrison County Community Hospital, Petty John Auto Center, Bethany Fuel Depot, Green Hills Insurance, El Napa Authentic Mexican Food, Little Clara's Garden, Farmers Bank, BTC Bank, Bethany Rotary Club, Bethany Building Center, United Country Real Estate, Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, and Hidden Acres Cabins. Again, if you would like to advertise, you can send me an email on cf.rainey@bulldogsportstv.com. Big thanks again. Got folks watching all the way, Tracy, Lynn's Beach, watching all the way from Orange Beach, Alabama. And so I know she's watching her grandson, Joel McCall, who had a nice game. That offensive line had a nice game. There's the information. I want to thank all of our family sponsors. We'll go ahead and list them here and throw all those family sponsors up. We so appreciate everyone that has supported us, that has donated, and helped us to be able to travel, get the equipment we need, as well as all of our mobile live streaming that we need monthly. And if you'd like to be a family sponsor, we'll put that up here in just a moment. $20 per school year, Bulldog Sports TV on Venmo. You can also catch us in person. We so appreciate you being with us. This is CF Rainey for Andrew Sweat. After a big South Harrison 42-8 win over Scotland County to go 3-1, they knocked Scotland County, give them their first loss of the season. We'll be back next week for homecoming. Andrew will be with me on Friday night. We'll be together on Wednesday night with our Sports Central show. I will be at softball twice next week, and so we look forward to being with you again soon on Bulldog Sports TV. Thanks, everyone watching, and we'll see you soon.